give the Toastmaster Tip. And today we're going to visit a concept that I have the hardest time getting, is using a foundational phrase. I got this idea from a fellow named Craig Valentine, who won the 1999 World Champion Speaker Contest at Toastmasters. And he offers a coaching segment. We get 52 tips, one a week. And it's a year-long process. But this was number one in his book, was using a foundational phrase, which ties in with what we've been talking about today. If you have a pile driver and want to use it, what are you going to hit? And he claims that it's the foundational phrase that keeps everything on track, that keeps your thoughts going towards that point. And I'm probably the world's worst. I love to get up here and tell stories and wander around, and then at some point say, uh-oh, I better figure out where I'm going with this and what's the point of the whole thing. So an example of a foundational phrase would be something like, actions speak louder than words. And so when I come up with a speech topic and I try to use this process, come up with an idea that I want to talk about, and then the very first thing I try to look at is, where is my foundational phrase? For instance, in this talk right now, I could use something like, every solid structure has a sound foundation. And I would use that throughout my speech to bring us back so that you have something to take away. And we have so much information coming to us, if we don't have a solid message that we've heard several times over and over again, we tend to lose it. I'm looking at Leslie, a good example of this. She gave us a lot of facts and a lot of information about why we shouldn't have a rabbit, why we shouldn't get a bunny rabbit for Easter. Well, I thought about it. I thought it was a great speech. I evaluated it. But through that, I heard the solid message and got it. Well, it was not, I didn't have any idea what was going to happen to me one weekend after that. I was invited to an open house at the neighbors, and in the backyard was a little 2-year-old playing with a bunny. Just having a time, and I thought, think chocolate. I don't even know if you said those terms, but that's what I heard. And you brought us to that very strong point. And I remembered it, and of course lived it for real. So your speech just came back. So that's the idea of a foundational phrase, to keep us focused on what we're doing, and it helps us organize